I want to talk about the first rule of the game. Now, when I say it's the first rule of the game, again, it's my own opinion about this because I don't know that there's a hierarchy of rules or a set number of rules. Sometimes I refer all the 10 rules of the game or the 20 rules of the game or whatever it is. It's just to kind of simplify. There's really one main rule, and it's the love rule. The game is about love. Because the opposite for a player is hate. You can't be both a player and a hater. That's a contradiction. It's like antimatter and matter meeting. So the moment you become a hater, you're not really a solid player. But let me break it down. The rule of the game is love thyself first. Love yourself first. Now, that could sound controversial because you're like, wait, but that's kind of selfish. Doesn't that contradict what we were just saying about bad players only think about themselves? Not exactly, because loving yourself involves you understanding yourself and understanding what you are. If you truly know what you are, you'll know that you're interconnected with everything else and everyone else. You'll find out that loving another person, taking care of that person, is a form of taking care of yourself. The best example for that is when you have children. Here you have another being. If you were selfishly just loving yourself, then what would happen to that child? They'd always be getting scraps, or they just would not be getting the same. But most people, when they have children, we tend to put our children first. We prioritize them. We want them to eat. But if you think about it, just from a biological standpoint, why would we do that? Well, because those children represent our biological legacy. So it actually is quite a selfish act to say, hey, I'm going to love my children so that I can continue to live on through them. We're kind of wired through that. And when you love your environment or your family, for example, you're doing more of the same. You're taking care of your environment because you want to live in a loving environment. When you take care of your community, you're extending that love to the larger environment. And as you see yourself as somebody that wants to exist in the world, you extend that love. But it has to begin with you loving yourself first. A good player cannot be successful in the game if they don't love themselves. Because when you love yourself, you want the best things for yourself. You'll take priority in your health. You'll have goals and desires. You're going to want to see yourself in a situation where you're happy or where you achieve the things that you want. When you don't love yourself, you tend to be lazy about things. When you love yourself truly, you're hard on yourself. When you love your children, you're hard on them. Why? Because you know that there is so much at stake and that if they slack off, that they're not going to be able to compete. Loving yourself truly is being hard on yourself and not lying to yourself. Loving yourself is not looking at yourself like a slob and saying, oh, I love myself, and claim some kind of body positivity when you truly know that you don't love yourself. Because if you did, you would do better by yourself. Truly loving yourself is the cornerstone of being a good player. The moment you do that, you're not going to settle for anything less than the best. Loving yourself is also educating yourself. Because you know that what you put into your brain is going to empower your hands as you hustle in the game. If you're just less intelligent, you're not truly going to be able to accomplish much. But if you keep educating yourself, you learn things, you strengthen your body, you do what you need to do, you're going to, by consequence, be able to accomplish a lot more. You attract better things for yourself. That's why loving yourself is crucial. Player haters hate themselves. I mean, when we look at them and go, oh, a hater, you hate yourself. You're unhappy because you hate yourself or you hate something in your life, right? You dislike it. When we say hate in the urban context of the game, we're really talking about envy. When you tell somebody don't hate, you're saying don't be envious or say don't be jealous. It's actually fundamental and funny. And you can find it in the Bible. It's one of the 10 Commandments. Do not covet your neighbor's wife or their belongings and things. Why? It's in the Bible. It's playeristic. It says, don't be a hater. Don't be envious. Love your own stuff. If you're not happy with yourself, what you do as a player is you level up. That's all you can do. And you gotta love yourself for who you are, at what level you are. Like you gotta appreciate where you are. Be realistic. If you're not 7 foot tall, you may not be you were not made to be a basketball player. Don't hate on that fact, and don't hate on yourself. Whatever you are, love that and seek to find the mastery of where you are at the level you're in. Because sometimes when you feel entitled to other things, that also breeds some kind of haters, right? I deserve this. I want this. I want that. But, bro, sorry, everybody doesn't get everything. In society today, and no shade against anything or any way of thinking, but it's like everybody gets a participation trophy just for showing up to the game, and that's not how the real world works. And so then if you have this idea that you're going to get out there and you're entitled to some success or some reward, you're really doing a disservice to yourself. But when you truly love yourself, you're going to go get it. You're going to fight for it.